For every genuine entrepreneur, you cannot afford to put your eggs in one basket. This was the statement of Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu in an interview with the channel's television. Dr. Stanley is a remarkable Nigerian billionaire and businessman with businesses that spans across the various industries and sectors, including oil and gas, hospitality, events, franchising, and others, to mention but a few. He is the group chairman and founder of Stanel Group, a multinational business group which seeks to achieve excellence and boost the Nigerian economic landscape. Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu was born on the 30th of July 1984 into a middle-sized family with parents Mr. and Mrs. Bartholomew Uzochukwu at Calabar, Cross River State, Nigeria. Stanley recalls the early years of struggle as his parents didn't have the resources to give him a lavish childhood. Recounting the years of staying in compound houses in Nigeria, Stanley learned the trait of communal living, excellence in interactive skills, and a sense of integrity and respect. Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu started his schooling at the Cavalry Science School and later proceeded to the St. Marumba College in Jos Plateau State. He started his tertiary education at the University of Jos, where he studied a Bachelor of Science degree in botany. After years of joblessness and struggles, Stanley recounts how he started his journey into prosperity and business through a guy he had an opportunity to stay with who was from his native town. He recounts how his friend, who was doing well for himself at the time, was consistently fasting, praying, and giving towards his business ventures. Stanley, being a humble young man, decided to follow the routine of his friend's intensive prayer and fasting. It was after these days of fasting and prayers that an idea dropped into his mind to look for one commissioner of police who had been given appointment by the government of the day. He met with the commissioner of police and entreated him to help him establish his business. He was then directed and led to receive a contract for the supply of oil to the government, which he executed in all honesty and truthfulness. This was the start of Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu's entrepreneurial journey. Stanley established and incorporated his company as a downstream oil and gas distributor in the Nigeria's oil and gas market. On being asked his secret to prosperity, Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu always echoes the points of honor, mentorship, prayer, fasting, tithing, among other forms of giving. He built his first house for his mother at the age of 24 and recounts becoming a millionaire before the age of 28. His mantra for success is that the definition of success is achievement on time. Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu is a member of the Dunamis International Gospel Center, which is headed by the top Nigerian tele-evangelist and pastor, Dr. Paul Enenche. Stanley has on countless occasions declared Dr. Paul Enenche to be his spiritual father and mentor in the Lord. Stanley is married to Irene Tallin Uzochukwu, who is the daughter of Pauline Tallin, who was the ex-deputy governor of the Plateau State in Nigeria. Stanley and Irene have 4 children together. Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu is a diversified Nigerian businessman with businesses including oil and gas distribution and delivery. The Stanel Group, which he established, ensures consistent product quality and service nationwide in Nigeria's oil and gas market. This high standard is achieved by the company through its extensive network of businesses and depots with large fleet of trucks and drivers. Also, Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu has established the Stanel World, which he established and commissioned as an ultra-modern facility in Akwa, Anambra State, Nigeria. Today, the complex boasts of several facilities, including a farmers market, home delivery car services, and a French bakery, pharmacy, automobile maintenance center, among others. Among his fleet of businesses is his ultra-modern car maintenance center, which is the first of its kind in Africa. The center has several cutting-edge equipment designed to primarily increase the longevity of automobile and car parts, which are susceptible to wear and tear. Also, the businesses boast of Stanel Mart, which provides fresh and organic farm produce grown within few miles away from the market. Also, Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu owns the franchise to Fastro, Africana, and Continental, which remains one of the best restaurants in Anambra State, Nigeria. Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu also owns the highly sought-after luxurious hotel in Nigeria, the Delboro, situated in Lagos, Nigeria. The hotel has changed the face of hospitality in Nigeria with a standard room price of $279 to a presidential suite price of $1,535 a night. His vision is to export hospitality from Nigeria to the rest of the world. Stanley Uzochukwu has had several corporate social responsibility activities. Notable among them is the Stanley Group's partnership with Access Bank to execute a program known as the Access Mall, which is a youth empowerment program. This is a mentorship program for young entrepreneurs across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Also, the Stanley Group has a yearly widows program, which empowers widows across Nigeria with skills, houses, and money for their upkeep. The program has a yearly widow count of 1,500 to 2,000 widows. Stanley also engages in prison outreaches, which empowers inmates. Stanley Uzochukwu also runs a scholarship scheme where he pays the school fees of less privileged students to access the necessary and quality education they need for their life. He also runs a medical outreach where he settles the hospital bills of individuals. Stanley also has periodic times within the year where he feeds patients who have been admitted in the hospitals for free. Stanley has been given several awards and recognition. Notable among them is the Most Outstanding Indigenous Investor of the Year 2022 at the Nigeria's Entrepreneurial Awards. He also won the Businessman of the Year 2022 at the Leadership Excellence Award.